Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah if you're new. If you guys are new around here and don't know, I just recently got married. If you haven't already seen all those videos, go check them out. There's a ton of them. But then we also went on our honeymoon in Greece, and since then I've been getting a ton of DMs and questions about our wedding and our honeymoon, so I wanted to sit down and answer them all and just chat with you guys. So we are gonna get right on into it. I have them all on my phone here, so there's not that many. I would say about 8 or 9, but I haven't really read them or thought too much about them, so these are gonna be very real, honest answers. So let's just get right on into it. So the first question is, were you nervous on your wedding day? And of course I was nervous. I mean, there's a lot going on, and I really was only nervous going into my first look with Matt. After that, everything was like awesome and so easy. I really love the fact that we did a first look because it got my nerves out of the way right in the beginning of the day, and I didn't have to worry about like reading my vows in front of anybody because we did our vows privately at our first look, and it just made it a lot more special and intimate. At least that's what I think. I mean, everyone will have a different opinion on that kind of stuff, but my nerves were the worst right going into my first look with Matt. I didn't really have nerves about anything else. I was a very calm bride, I feel like. I had my moments, of course, but I feel like everything went really well. I wasn't all that stressed out, so I wasn't that nervous. But I think it is normal to be nervous. If you are nervous, I don't think that's weird. And I was a little nervous walking down the aisle just so I didn't trip. But besides that, I was not that nervous, and the wedding day was awesome. So the next question is, any tips for staying calm and enjoying the day? And I really think that's just like, put some music on, have a mimosa in the morning, chill out with your best friends, pretty much your bridesmaids, your maid of honors, your mom, your mother-in-law. Just chill and relax, and try not to be too focused on all the little details. Like, don't worry about the signs getting put up and the centerpieces and all that kind of stuff. Just kind of let your planner or whoever take care of that, because that's really not your problem then. And hopefully you have someone appointed to handle the problems if any do arise. Luckily I didn't have that, but my maid of honors were the people that were appointed to my wedding planner. If there was any issues, she was gonna call my maid of honors and not call me. Thankfully I don't think that happened. If it did, I am unaware, which is amazing. But have someone kind of handle all the stressful things for you, setting everything up, all that kind of stuff. I really think a day of coordinator is a must-have. I think that was like my best money spent because she handled so much. I honestly can't even imagine like having to do all that myself the day of the wedding. She set up all the name cards, she set up all my signs, she moved my flower arrangements from my ceremony to my reception. She literally did everything. I absolutely adore her. So if you are thinking about doing a day of coordinator, I would suggest it. I mean, I know they're a little bit on the pricier side for someone just to like kind of help you organize your day, but I think it was really a must for me. And she helped me stay calm because I knew she had it all under control, and all I had to do was get my hair and makeup done, get to the venue, and then start taking pictures. So that is why I think I was so calm. I really didn't have that much on my plate the day of. If I had all those things, I wouldn't have been calm. So luckily I had an amazing planner, well, coordinator, day of coordinator, that handled everything for me. And then I just enjoyed, we put some music on in the morning, getting ready for hair and makeup. We got our food in the morning, so we didn't have to worry about it going to the venue, all that kind of stuff. And I just relaxed and had a fun day and had a mimosa and enjoyed every single second of my wedding. The next question is, can you show all your wedding decor in depth, centerpieces, signs, bridal table? So I did talk about this in a previous Q&A. I will post pictures of as much as I can of what our photographer took the day of. Our centerpieces were tall centerpieces with white flowers. I think there were roses, hydrangeas, baby's breath, and eucalyptus in them. And I made sure they were tall centerpieces because I know it adds a little bit of money, but since our barn was so tall, I thought a bigger centerpiece would really add a lot. So I got 10 big centerpieces. Moving on to signs. I made all my signs. You guys have seen them throughout the vlogs. If you've been watching the vlogs, I've made them all pretty much on here. But I will, again, get pictures. I made my welcome sign. And again, I said this before, but I really feel like signs is not an area to spend a ton of money because honestly, people are going to look at your sign maybe for 2 seconds, maybe not even look at it at all, and then move on with their day because it's really not that big of a, like, thing. It's not something that people are going to sit and stare at or take pictures in front of. So if you're trying to save money, I think a welcome sign is a great place to do it. You can also get one printed at like Walgreens and put it in a nice frame you get from the Goodwill and do something like that. That's what I did for our rehearsal dinner. All that kind of stuff. I didn't worry too much about the signs. My little drink signs I made all off of Canva. I don't know if I have pictures of all those, but I'll try to get as many as I can. But Canva was my best friend. And then for my bridal table, I guess that's like I don't know what she means by bridal table exactly, but for our couples table in a reception, we took the flower arrangement that was on our arbor and we put that on the front of our table as our like centerpiece for our table, and it was beautiful and a big flower arrangement, and it was another great way to save money and just move some flowers from one space to another. No one would notice, and it's just a really good way to save some money and not buy an arrangement for your arbor and a separate arrangement for your sweetheart table, because that's just a lot of money. So I also actually did that with my centerpieces. They lined my aisle and then they were put on top of the tall vase in the reception. So I'll put pictures of the aisle as well. They're lining the aisle and all that kind of stuff. So I think that answers that question. So the next question is, I would love to know if you found it necessary to have a makeup artist. This is something I was having a lot of trouble deciding if I wanted to do a makeup artist or not. I ended up deciding to do it, and for me personally, I think it was one of my biggest regrets. I hate to say that because she did a great job, but honestly I think I could have done just as well, if not better. I really hate to say that because she was great. Everyone really liked their makeup, but I am kind of particular about the way I do my makeup. I feel like I could have done it just as good and saved like 200 bucks. I ended up just listening to everyone trying to talk me into getting my makeup done because they were saying it's your one day, it's your wedding, it's very special, it's all this stuff, which 100% I agree with, and that's why I ended up doing my makeup. But if I could go back in time, makeup is something I would have ended up doing myself and saved that money. But that's definitely something I regret. I feel like the pictures are great, but I just don't love the way my makeup looked, to be honest. I hate to say it. I told Matt and he got all mad about it because he was like, you look so beautiful and all this stuff, and I'm like, I know I look good in the pictures, but I think I could have looked better if I did it myself. So like little things like my eyebrows weren't the way I liked them, and my lashes looked a little bit funny, and just things like that where if I did it myself I could have been super nitpicky and sat there for 3 hours doing my own makeup. And my makeup artist kind of rushed through me because we were running late and just a whole bunch of stuff. And honestly, I am kind of upset that I didn't just do my own makeup and save the money. But that is me. I hate to say that because everyone's opinion is going to be different, but I definitely think I should have saved the money myself. The next question is, do you feel like your makeup wore off throughout the night? And yes, of course it wore off throughout the night. I got my makeup done I think around like 10-ish in the morning, and it was pretty much like had to be completely redone by the ceremony, and I really did like a big touch-up right before the ceremony. But my face was very oily. Makeup isn't supposed to stay on all day, so of course it started to wear off and looked not as good as it did in the beginning. I would suggest doing a few touch-ups during your wedding. Bring your whole makeup bag just in case. That's what I did. And I touched up my whole face like twice, I would say, during the day. After the ceremony happened, I really didn't care about my makeup wearing off because I was having so much fun dancing and just enjoying my night. But before the ceremony, I did touch up my makeup, total touch up before my ceremony, and before pictures I did a little touch up too. That is all of the wedding questions I got, and now we are going to move on to the honeymoon questions. So if you guys did not know, we just got back from our honeymoon in Greece. If you haven't seen those vlogs, go check them out. I have an Athens one, Mykonos, and 2 Santorini vlogs. That second Santorini one's actually going to go up the Friday after you guys are seeing this video, so if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe and stick around. Santorini was awesome, so I'm really excited for you guys to see that video. But I've been getting a lot of questions about our Greece trip, and I just want to answer them. I know I answered some of the girls that messaged me directly, but just in case any of you guys also have the same question, I wanted to answer them. So this one asked, do you mind sharing how you booked your trip? I'm wondering how you went about planning your honeymoon in Greece. So we booked it in December. No, we booked it in January. And we actually booked it all through Costco Travel. And I have booked a trip through Costco before, and it's super easy to book, obviously. And unfortunately, you need a Costco membership to book through Costco. And it was the easiest, most awesome process. If you guys have a Costco membership, I would really recommend looking at the travel section because there's a lot of awesome like packages and everything that they have. So we booked through Costco, and we did the 3-island package. So we did Athens, and then we went to Mykonos, and then we went to Santorini. And their package online actually has them flipped, so you would do Athens, Santorini, and then Mykonos. And then we called to book, so if you're trying to do this, maybe call them because they had a lot of great suggestions for us. So they suggested to flip the islands, to go to Mykonos first because the ferry ride is about half the time to get to Mykonos as it is to get all the way to Santorini. So we did a 3-hour ferry ride to Mykonos. 4 days later, we did the 3-hour ferry ride to Santorini, and then from Santorini, we flew back to Athens. So that took a lot of time, time off of our trip ferrying, because you would ferry like a ton more time if you did it the opposite way. So that was really nice that she suggested that for us. Everyone at Costco was super helpful, and they book everything for you, from the ferries, the transfers to and from your hotel, the flights, obviously your flights to and from Greece as well, and then the one from Santorini to Athens they booked for us too. Everything was covered. You always had a representative to contact if you had an issue, if you had problems, all that kind of stuff. It made it really easy. I honestly would be really scared to book a Greece trip like completely on my own. I feel like I'd 100% mess it up and not pick a good hotel and all that stuff. So all the hotels were really nice, like 4 or 5-star hotels and like places. So they had really good options. Of course, it is a little bit more limited with like who they work with. There's probably like 3 to 5 hotels at each place that you could pick from, and the prices range at each one. So we tried to be a little bit on the cheaper range when we were booking our trip. So obviously, if you guys saw our Greece vlogs, in Mykonos we opted to stay a little bit further from town just to keep the price down, and then in Santorini we spent more money to be right in Ia. I think that was a really great call for us because we didn't want to spend a crap ton of money on this trip and be like in town at both places. If you guys want to do that, that's awesome. We couldn't justify doing that. And yeah, so I really loved booking through Costco. I would 100% do it again for our next trip. It made it super easy, always had someone to talk to, and it also made me feel a lot safer traveling outside of the country, having like a travel agency kind of do everything for you. I think I just would have been a lot more nervous if I booked everything myself and all that kind of stuff. So that is how we booked And then the next question was, did you plan your days or just plan the cities and figure it out from there? So if you guys have seen the vlogs, you guys know we planned literally nothing. We did nothing really besides eat and relax and just enjoy our time. So no, we did not plan very well at all. But after planning a wedding, I really just wanted to relax, so I'm really happy that's what we did. We hung out at the beaches and the pool and just walked town, had really nice dinners and all that kind of stuff. One night in Santorini, we did get a reservation at a restaurant called Castro's because it had a sunset view. I think anywhere in Santorini that has sunset views, you need a reservation for, so that's the only thing that's like we planned ahead. Obviously there's also like sunset cruises and all that kind of stuff. We didn't do any of that. I'm really honestly not that upset that we didn't either. I really just wanted to relax on our honeymoon, and I enjoyed every single second of our trip, so I don't regret what we did at all, but you definitely could plan a lot better than we did. The next question is if it was an all-inclusive resort, and no, they were not all-inclusives. They were just normal hotels, but breakfast was included at all of them, which is really nice. Santorini's breakfast was amazing. They brought it out to your room every morning, like at the balcony, and it was just like gorgeous, breathtaking views, and it was really nice getting that one free meal at least a day, because nothing else was included. No drinks were included, and all that kind of stuff. So it was not an all-inclusive resort. I really do love all-inclusives. We're actually going to an all-inclusive in like a month and a half. I'm very excited for. I don't really think Greece has all-inclusives at all, to be honest. Correct me if I'm wrong, I may be wrong, but yeah, definitely not an all-inclusive, at least where we went, and it is a little bit on the pricier side, but it was definitely a fun trip. And then someone asked what hotels we picked from the options that we were given through Costco. So in Athens, the first little portion that I filmed you guys saw, we stayed in the Malia, Athens. It was a really nice hotel. It was really close to walking to like Acropolis and all that stuff. So I enjoyed that hotel a lot. The second time we went back to Athens on our way out, we stayed in the Hyatt, which was a lot further from like walking to the Acropolis. I would say you'd probably have to taxi there, which wouldn't be the end of the world, but it was a little bit further out. In Mykonos, we picked, it's called Archipelagos, and it was really nice. You all like had your own little like hut type things with a private balcony, and it was really a nice hotel. It was right next to two beaches, so you can relax during the day and all that kind of stuff. They had a really nice pool. Breakfast was also included. So that's what we picked for Mykonos. And then in Santorini, we picked the Secret Suites in Ia, and that is where we spent a majority of our money. We spent 3 nights in Ia because it's a little bit more expensive, so we opted to stay 4 nights in Mykonos and 3 nights in Santorini, and it was like perfect. So that is where we stayed for all of our stops. And the last question was it worth it? And yes, 100% it was worth it. It was a great honeymoon. We absolutely loved our time in Greece. I would love to go back and try some different islands, but it was amazing, and we had such a good time, and it was just so much fun. So it's sad coming back and coming back to reality, but that's okay. At least we do have another trip planned for the end of August, and I will 100% vlog that trip. Make sure you're subscribed, and you will see another fun trip from us. But I hope this answered a lot of your questions. I know I didn't get all that many, but the ones I did get, I wanted to answer and sit down and chat with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure you subscribe and stick around, and even share this video, share my channel with your family and friends. It would really help out the channel and help me grow, and I would greatly appreciate it. So I guess with that, I will see you guys next time, and make sure you subscribe and stick around. Ton of vlogs and all that kind of fun stuff. So I will see you guys next time.